I hope everybody's having a great day today. I know yesterday I had a great day. My 65th birthday. Enjoyed every minute of it. This is about Otter Creek. Now, I've never been to Otter Creek. These are just my opinions and only my opinions, and is only to be taken as my opinion. I'm getting this off of things several people have put out on here, and that's where they come from. There is people with better knowledge than me and do things because they have the resources to do it and do it right. Them are the people you should really listen to. Opinion is an opinion. That's it. It's everything, like I said, everything I'm saying on here is my opinion. I know people sometimes get ruffled thinking it's something else, but I always say that. Now, I think everybody in Otter Creek does need to thank Jeremy. He has got so much started there. I mean, he could take it so far, then the lawyers have to take it, which costs him money. People have to step in and step up and help in Otter Creek and surrounding areas. A good example is that child he's trying to save. And I mean, I think it really is up to saving, and or worth saving, I should say. And it costs money. He's taken his jacket, and every dime of that's going to go right to the lawyer. A good idea to do that. Other people stepped up and is helping. Thank God, people like Otter Creek is willing to step up. It's just not Jeremy. Other people have stepped up and should be thanked for it, not criticized. He's put a lot of money into that place, and he's had to put a lot out too for stuff that is phony. But what Jeremy has done is he gone in and has fought and getting cases moved out of that county, which everybody seems to think it's corrupt, which it may be. I'm not from there, never been there once again. But he's moved. People can look at what he's done in other areas. There's more than one Otter Creek things like it. Well, I should say there's only one Otter Creek in Florida, but other things, other towns, other places have had the same problem as there. At some point, you got to learn how to fix it. And he is trailblazing the way to do it. Yes, I know, like the other day or yesterday, I had a lady on here arguing with me. I didn't like Jeremy, which was not true. I like Jeremy. Just because I have criticized a couple of things. This person, he or she, because I don't know, said that I was not being mean to him, but I really didn't like him, which is wrong. I like him. I had a couple of different opinions of things he said. You know, everybody that thinks they need to agree with somebody 100% of the time and agrees with that person 100% of the time, the person agreeing with the other person has a problem. Not the person saying it, but the other person. Anybody that agrees with anybody 100% of the time, there's something wrong. Then she thought I was backing another guy that lives out of town because he said did some things that didn't bother me. I kind of liked it. And so I was backing this guy. No, I wasn't. I'm a person that will go out and find something good about somebody. And whether I know the person or not, if it's good, I'm going to say it. I probably would never hang out with the guy if I lived there. I might say hi or whatever, but that'd be it. I would have no reason to hang out with him. I don't hate him. I don't like him. I don't do anything because I don't know him. I can't say I hate him and I can't say I don't like him. All right, not saying I don't like him and I can't say I like him because I don't know him. I don't claim to know him. So she was wrong on that too. But back to Jeremy and the good thing he's done. Like I said, I like to find the good in people. You know, his neighbors, I've never been able to find anything good about them. They're just, to me, and it's my opinion, they're evil. What they do to that child, leaving it in a running car for 15 minutes or whatever it was, is just stupid. That little girl put that car in gear, there would have been bad consequences. And like he said, you know, I don't know the person. He said that somebody said you could have a kid in the car for 15 minutes there, unless it's running people. No state is going to let you leave a child in the car running. No common sense there. And no, I don't know the state that would. Now, if a parent was there under the wheel or by the wheel and the other one went in, so be it. But if that car is running, you're asking for a problem. And like I said, I just can't find anything good. I'm so glad he's out there trying to make sure things are done right with that child. Now, I don't know 100% what's going on or nothing else with them. I don't need to know. I do know when you do a family interview or whatever you want to call it, that whether it's private or private or state, you have a home study done. Now, obviously, they evidently did have a home study done, or if they did have a home study done, he or she should be looked into to what they were thinking about. They have all this stuff against her, and they said okay. Because if she didn't do it with the home study, there's going to be a problem down the road. But I'm tendency to think probably the person did the home study didn't do their job. And once again, if it wasn't for Jeremy and getting people to be behind her, behind the family, that was great. Their family's coming forward and saying, no, no, no. That is good. That comes from a person from Otter Creek doing the right thing. That's what I mean. We need to thank people from Otter Creek. You know, overall, even surrounding areas, I don't care, right in town. Right in town, you know, was one thing, because council and that. But people around that town will know too what's going on. Now back to this other guy living out of town, and I was accused of backing him. Let's see, I'm not on, or I wasn't, I haven't looked for a while. If I write something on his site, I see it, but I've gone to other computers and it's not there. Therefore, he's banned me from, not the channel, but from writing stuff. And what I've done is I questioned him on a couple of things. One where John run out and actually, he made it seem like Jeremy was belittling John in the truck and threatening him and that. And obviously, it was edited and not the whole thing shown. And I told this guy that he is helping the other side that he's on by showing this, because it was obvious. Then he had a meeting. The town council had a meeting, and Zim was in emergency at that, not this last one, but Don and Russ and a bunch of others showed up to the front lawn, and obviously Russ was trying to take over. But whether directly or indirectly, this guy was the only one there with a webcam, and this was organized, and I told him it was organized and planned. After that, he don't like my comments, but that's fine. I still will compliment him on when he does something good. He is 100% reliable for anything he has done wrong, and he needs to correct that. Nobody else can correct that but him. And that's another thing I said I can't say he's my enemy, I can't say he's my friend, but I will find in most cases the good in people, and the good some do. Now back to other things in town. If it wasn't for Jeremy, some of this stuff on the council would not have come up. Obviously, him bringing it up has helped. It has shown other places what to do. And that's the key here. And that's what I'm getting at. Should thank people from Otter Creek, because this stuff is going all over this country. And people are seeing what really is happening and how it's being handled. And others, counties or towns, can look at this and say, this is how you do it. I think some towns haven't done it because they don't know how to approach it right. And yeah, it takes somebody with money, and Jeremy has the money to do it. And once again, there's things Jeremy says I just don't agree with, but that doesn't mean I don't like him, because I do. So you guys out there thinking I don't like him, that's wrong. Flat out wrong. And one person that criticized me on something, and I could see it because most people caught on to what I was talking about, but some thought I was backing this other guy on copyrights, because I asked, it was a question, not a statement, and she took it as a statement. I go, why hasn't YouTube reacted to this stuff? Which somebody later on wrote me and told me what was going on. Which is fine. That's why the question was asked. I was not backing him on that at all. But things like this are distractions. They're not what people need to do to move forward. And yeah, we all get in that mode that we take steps backwards. People like Jeremy, people in that county, people have stepped forward to help. Not only try to change the council, but help with this young girl that needs help. Now, I don't know only what people has put on here about the two that currently have her, but the things I've seen on video with her makes me wonder really hard as to what is going on. Obviously, the county don't care, or they would have been involved already. And I don't get that either. Like, I don't think, although they probably did report that child being in the car, but will they do anything? Jeremy had to move his stuff out of the county. Of course, you have to have a lawyer, more judges, more money out of your pocket to get the right thing done. But he did the right thing. He shouldn't be criticized for doing that. Other things, yeah, you can criticize him, like I said, because nobody 100% buys what you say. No one. Even though you find positive in people, and I do. I don't care. I've done that all my life. I've seen people I really didn't like, but I found positive in some of them. Then there's others that are more evil, and you'll never find positive things. That couple in Otter Creek, I would be surprised if they ever did anything that was positive. Maybe they have, but I haven't seen it. But people need to stand up. Take the example from the people in Otter Creek for what they have done. Remember, they have set a trend on how to do things. Dalton, Illinois needs to take a lesson. Other cities and little towns need to take lessons. Now, I am from a little town, by the way, you guys. This ain't no BS either. I grew up, my 7th through 12th, and I graduated, was almost 50 miles away from the house. Not quite, but it was pretty close. I lived probably 2.5 miles from the base of the mountains. And I lived out in the middle of nowhere. The closest town was called Howe, which was unincorporated. They say 22 people. I say majority of them was dogs that lived there. Went to school in Arco, my junior high and high school, which was the first city in the world to be lit by atomic energy. And this goes to another thing, and I've said this before. They say they have one huge government site there. The people there, me before I was born or as a baby, did not, and they had the Navy out there. They did not want that city to grow at all. That pushed everybody into where I live now. Then, although the Navy's not there now, the Navy was there for years. The Navy, the majority of people live in Idaho Falls, not the county where the site sits, because people tried to keep them out. Did it, and it hurt them. I'm glad I'm from a small area, don't get me wrong, but it hurt them overall. They could have had a lot of that. So I know you got two people that's always tried to keep it small. And my age, I'll go find a small place. I don't care. I love smaller places, not bigger. And that's another thing that attracted me to Otter Creek. And I would have never known, but I do listen to his videos on garage selling. I remember when he said he was buying land in Otter Creek. I didn't go there because he said he was from Otter Creek. My first response was, I wonder how close he is to my sister, which lives in Hastings. So I looked for Otter Creek, and it was kind of a nice little area. It was great. But sometimes if you don't grow, it's just a nice little area. Without growth, you have nothing, really. And maybe the town don't need a town council. Unincorporate, that's fine. And just one thing before I get off of here. I love Otter Creek, Florida, because what's funny, I grew up a couple of different ranches. The first ranch, until I was in the 3rd grade, was called Badger Creek Ranch. Well, and it went through both ranches we lived at. Spring Creek, which was 100% spring-fed creek. But we know it was creek, but nobody there that I know of ever called it a creek. It was always crick. It's just funny how people will say different things. But even, like I said, even though we knew it was creek, it was always crick. Well, I'll let you guys go. I just want to make sure, and I hope, and I thank my personal self, the people in Otter Creek, Florida, for paving the way to help clean up this country. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you to the other people involved. Even if you're not from there, and with that little kid, have donated money to the cause. Thank you. God will always be with you.